What's up, my beautiful people? Bebecita here, reporting herself back from our family trip in Hawaii. I know a lot of you guys have been following the packing videos, which I really appreciate that. Now I know you guys are anxious to hear all about this trip, and that's where I come in the picture, because I am gonna go ahead and guide you through what we did every day, from getting there to arriving back home to El Paso. I hope you guys enjoy it. We're gonna start with day number 1, which will be the departing and the landing, and I hope you enjoy. So as a lot of you guys know and followed on the last video of the packing, you guys should know that our flight leaving El Paso was very early, and since we had so many kids and so much luggage to take, we planned to be there early to the airport. We had to start very early. It's better to be there early than to be running late, or the airport may be packed, everybody's out on vacation, celebrating graduations, whatever it is, right? But as far as you all know, we had to wake up the kids very early. We started waking them up around 2:30 to around 2:30 in the morning. We kind of had a trouble waking them up, actually, especially Adrian. She has a very heavy sleep. She was not having it. She struggled a lot to wake up. With Alexa, Adriana, and Angelique, they were just excited. Their own excitement they beat the sleep. No matter how tired they were just completely up. So right here, you guys see me in fast mode, trying to get the girls ready, trying to fold all the blankets and whatnot, trying to leave the house as much as organized as I can. The girls kind of help, and as Anthony got done getting in the spirit, in the mood, I know it was very early, and this is what he had to say.
Come on, get up, ready? All right. We say Hawaii on 3. 1, 2, 3, Hawaii!
God, you're full of energy right now.
Huh?
You're full of energy. Adrian barely waking up, she's like, what's going on? Atlanta is like walking with her soul. After Anthony got the kids ready and on the spirit, they, as you guys see here, they were already up. They were trying to get into the excitement. They were still, like, their soul was still asleep, but their body was awake. I don't know that it made any sense to you guys, but we try to load up the truck as much as we can. Unfortunately, we had to use the 3rd seater, so we kind of put 2 and 2 on the seats. Angelique was holding Adriana in her lap, and Adrian was holding Alexa in her lap. As you can see, we're just, I don't know, just like sardines here, all packed. It was just funny seeing the girls struggle getting in, putting their seatbelt on, getting in the spirit. As much as Anthony was very tired, this is another part of him trying to get in the spirit.
No crime and have fun.
After that, we got to the airport. As you guys can see, everybody had a big old luggage. I really tried to go over the top with all this luggage. They were so excited. They were learning how to drive those luggages. They were not used to driving them. But overall, they were just trying to get into the airport. As you guys can see here, we had to check the bags in. After that, the girls were still trying to be up, but still not fully up. And you guys would know what I mean after that. It's just cute seeing them just overall full of excitement. We decided to give the girls Starbucks, which I realized it was a bad idea after them having Starbucks, because after that we still had a few, like about 40 minutes extra for boarding time. So we decided to take the girls to the kids' play area. And that's when we started seeing, like, oh my goodness, these are the only kids playing in this playground, and they are a little bit loud, and this is what Anthony has to say. What happened?
I feel like the Starbucks guy spiked their fucking Starbucks drink.
Why?
Just look.
I guess Anthony's coffee was the only one with no caffeine because this is his reaction.
It's 4:30 in the morning. Look at him. Look.
Didn't you ask for a
You
coffee
hear that? No, look.
Did you
That's our
ask for a
kid.
coffee?
Look.
What happened to your coffee? They didn't spark your coffee?
What happened?
Obviously not enough. I feel like he got it backwards. He was supposed to spike this one.
So as you guys can see, I guess the Starbucks person forgot to spark Anthony's coffee, okay? After that, it was getting time to start boarding. So now Miss Alexa tried to be Mrs. Cool Girl, and this is what she had to do at the waiting line. So the moment to board got there, they were nerve-wracking. They were like, oh my God, it's happening. You can see in Alexa's face, she didn't know if it was a good idea or not a good idea. We went and go ahead and landed in Vegas. Our first flight was from Paso to Vegas. Once we landed in Vegas, we got him a few little snacks. Then the time got there to go ahead and board. So we boarded there. And that second plane was the longest plane. It was, I believe, 4 or 5 hours. So that was a little bit more long. After a couple of hours, Anthony himself even got bored. And this is what Adriana had to say.
Afterwards, my dad had my iPad trying to build something.
So Anthony started playing with Adriana's iPad. Like, he literally took it away from her because Adriana was sitting down next to me. So as you guys know, if you guys fly in Southwest, there's 3 seats, right, in each row. So we put 3 of them in one side, and then we sat on the other side, and I gave her the window. And she was playing, I think it was Minecraft. I connected the internet on their electronics. And Anthony was so curious the way she was playing. So he took away the iPad and he started playing around. So he looked like this big old kid. And now the little kid is bored, you know. After a few hours, the first child went to sleep, which is Alexa. She was just funny. The way she was sleeping, it was just hilarious. She didn't feel her headphones falling in front of her eyes. It was just funny. When it was almost time to arrive, as you guys see, I'm showing you guys here that we were almost landing. The views from up in the sky, you know, it was amazing seeing the land, the water, how it was like a dark blue, and then it turned into a turquoise color, and it was just amazing. I cannot even explain how beautiful the view was from the plane. And literally about like 30 minutes to landing, the girls were fully up, they started coloring, and the one that fell asleep was Mr. All Money right here. So you guys can see, and I'm like, bro, like seriously, we're literally about to land, and that's when you decide to take a nap. Once we go ahead and arrive to Hawaii, it was very humid, but that didn't stop anything. You know, we kept going. The girls were like, oh my God. They were getting amazed by every little thing that they seen in the airport. Aloha. We went to get our baggage, and you guys get to see here Anthony getting one by one. It took a little bit to get the baggage. Yay. I did not pack very lightly on mine. So after going and getting our luggages, we go ahead and roll on wheels all the way to where the rental car was. We rented a car out of Turo, which it was a very good service. The person was, at first I didn't want to, because most of you guys know that we had a very bad experience from Turo, and we were hesitating, but in this scenario, he was very helpful. He left us a key inside the car. He told us where he parked it, so we were just rolling down. As you guys can see here, Alexa's giving me a little demonstration of how we were rolling down. We got in the car, we started driving to the hotel. One of my favorite things from Hawaii are the trees. We stayed at the Hilton. It's a very good, I recommend it for families. Now, if you're just going by yourself, I recommend you like the Moana, but for family, it's pretty cool. They have 2 to 3 pools, and so very, very, I do recommend it. There was a mix-up with our rooms. I made reservations. I had the reservations done once we got there, and I was trying to check in early. They told me that my rooms weren't ready and that the rooms that I had picked weren't available. Therefore, they had to change me to another room. The room that they gave me, they call it an upgrade, but it was really not an upgrade. So we really spent about 2 to 3 hours just trying to figure out the room. Anthony was complaining, talked to a manager. The manager decided to show us different rooms, and the day we spent was just looking at rooms. And once we decided what room we wanted, we had to go back to the original room, get all the luggage and put it back. Overall, after that, we got to the actual room. We walked down. As you guys can see, all this is part of the hotel. We didn't really have to walk that much for dinner. We tried to go to an Italian restaurant that we seen as we were driving up, but unfortunately when we got there, yeah, we found out that it was closed. This place is like all this, the Louis Vuitton, all those stores that you guys are seeing here are literally in the hotel. This is the hotel. So if I could recommend a family hotel for you guys, will be the Hiltons. Found another restaurant that was opened, and we ended up taking them to that little restaurant. I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys with some pictures at the end of this video and showing you what they ate on the first day. After the dinner, we went and go ahead and treat the girls. They had a little ice cream shop there also at the hotel resort, and they wanted shaved ice. Overall, that was actually our first day. Our first day actually was just spent on trying to figure out the rooms. Unfortunately, if they would have had the rooms ready as my reservation would have said, maybe we would have been able to do more on our first day of landing. But that was it for actually the first day. I know it's not a lot. I know we didn't do much, but it's just starting. It's just first day. I'm gonna go ahead and leave you some pictures for you guys to enjoy, and I will see you on day 2. Bye.